Alright, so I thought I'd do an impromptu video. You see it. One thing I want to say, let me get the sign here, okay? Is don't believe the likes. Don't. Don't believe the likes. And I'm saying that because if you put your value in how many times someone likes something you're doing, via it be on Instagram, YouTube, or any other social media outlet, if you base solely on the likes, you're gonna miss the blessing. You really will. Especially if you're in the season of change that is required for your next. A lot of times people feel like change is optional. And I'll say this, if you are presented with the opportunity, no matter how it comes, the change is there to present you with your next. But you have to put aside distractions. Basing your next on a like, missing the opportunity, it ain't worth it. It is not worth it. True indeed, you want to do your best. You do want to be recognized. But I beg to ask a question. Who do you want to recognize you? What matters the most to you? Is that change going to bring you closer to who God has you? What he has for you, who he has designed you to be from the very tip top. You understand? In the womb. I'm only asking and putting the information out because I'm in that season where change is required and I can see it. You understand? So, for instance, and I always like to be very practical in my sharing. Last year I had my gallbladder removed, and with that came a change in my body forever. I can no longer operate as though I had a gallbladder, right? Because it was presenting so many issues, so my body stopped using the organ. So fast forward to having the surgery. After the surgery, the surgeon said, you will be fine. Once you have the surgery, you'll be able to go back to eating normal, having a normal life. Understand? And I'm like, yes, because I had been in pain for so long. I had basically a thorn in my side. Okay? That's a whole nother word. I'm not going to even go down the avenue. But I had a thorn in my side pretty much. And it would bother me off and on. And then towards the end, which was around when COVID outbreak happened, it really took a turn. So I was like, finally, I'm going to go ahead and have the surgery. He said, I'm going to be fine. Boom, good. Had the surgery in May. When I tell you, I turned around, had the surgery in May, of course, recovery and all that good stuff. I was back at the ER in July. Okay? And the ER said, oh, it could be a number of things. So what I did was, I was like, okay, they gave me something told me it was a heart problem. Like, I was having heart problem. It's funny. But I was like, wait. You're talking to somebody who did practically try to eat right. I ain't gonna say I did 100% because I could always do better. But I did work out consistently. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't the thickums. Yeah, okay, I'm of a certain age, but still, I should not be having these health concerns, sir. Like, and then he was trying to make it seem like it could be because of COVID. Listen, the lies, the devil is playing with other people. He's not playing with me. Not when it comes to COVID, because I already knew who my source was. You understand? So, mentally, I had won a battle, but physically, I started to enter into a new battle, which was a season of change, right? So, I just didn't understand. Fast forward, I found another doctor, and they told me I had two different issues that had to be addressed that were not because of the gallbladder, because that wasn't there. It was because of my stomach. No problem. Fast forward, did it. Had to go on some antibiotics, and then I had to go on with Norvasc because I had stomach acid or something, whatever. And then they had me on some medicine because I have a heart murmur. I knew that, but they were saying my irregular beat was causing my heart to speed up and then to stop beating and to speed up. Ain't nobody got time to die. You understand? So I was like, okay, give me the medicine. And so fast forward to now. But again, I'm saying that to say that he said I would be fine. But in the season of change, He's not going to tell you you're going to be fine. He's not going to tell you you're going to be fine. He's going to say in this world you're going to have trials and tribulations. But take heart, I have overcome the world. And one thing I'm mindful of, and I'm going to tell you to be honest, what has been my saving grace is the word and the power of God. Because even throughout all of that, I could have mentally lost my mind because I was physically really down. And then I didn't have the support system needed. I don't have, and I'm going to be honest, physically a person here that's going to take care of me in the event that something happens. I have my son to take care of. So of course my I'm not going to be down. I don't have time. And then I have a business now. At the time I had took off because he was out of school and stuff. So I stopped working as a hairstylist then. But then fast forward to me wanting to move according to God's will, He allowed me to open up a salon. So you got to think about that. I don't have time to be down. But what I'm understanding, especially today, nothing will block the purpose and the point of your life and your journey. Nothing. I was just on a call with my doctor, and we just started talking about hair. Like everything that I do is in alignment with hair. And I know that my one client told me that's your ministry, and I'm like, no, girl, I just do hair. Like, no, because I'm on a whole nother level with it. What I'm saying is that in your season of change, take heart and know that God has got you. It is not easy, but it's a conscious choice and effort every day. And you can do it if you so desire to choose the path that is going to be difficult. And people tell you, after the journey's over, how easy it is for them now. But no one will tell you how hard that journey is. And then even if they tell you how hard it is, they won't tell you it will be the least likely road that they wanted to take. And one thing I always try to be mindful with my son is, wide is the gate for those things that are not for you. It's so easy. Let me tell you, it's so easy. I mean, to eat French fries. I'm saying about diet because that's my main issue. I feel like it's not because my diet is bad, but I think that the Lord is trying to weed out things that are not for me. And I'm not an emotional eater, but the first thing, if I'm upset or sad or anything like that, I will stop eating. But then when I'm fine, I will want to go eat something. And 9 times out of 10, it will be unhealthy. And He wants to keep me at a place where I'm level, no matter what circumstance comes towards me. So anyway, so if I'm happy or whatever, I'll go eat something unhealthy. But then I have to always go back to the mindset that, even especially like now, is that going to do me some good? Is that what He has in store for me? Or is it a temporary fix? Am I living in the here and now, or am I living in the after? Like your journey and your point of living and your purpose when you wake up in the morning is the after. After I do this, I'm going to reap the harvest, right? Especially when you're raising children, you don't want to talk to them wrong. You really don't. You don't want to speak death into your children. You don't want to call them names and speak out of turn and say things that you shouldn't say. You want to make sure that you're saying things that are going to impact them in the end, and you will reap the harvest, and it's just like the word of the Lord. He never talked down to us. He always said that I am the way, the truth, and the light. Seek me. You understand? Like He was like, yeah, it's going to be difficult, but I'm here. You know what I mean? Like, so He never spoke with 2 tongues. He never said, I will leave you and I will forsake you. Like He said, I would never. And He never has. So it's on you to desire to know Him, because He already know you, right? So in your season of change, I pray that this message I pray this message is a help and a confirmation to let you know, yep, I'm on the right path. And yeah, it's difficult for me, but it's difficult for her too. Right now, my body is in so much pain. Like my skin hurts, so I don't even know what that's about, but we're not going to say nothing else, okay? But even with that said, I just know I'm blessed. You understand? So, and I don't want to say I look blessed, but I want to say that my spirit is a fighting spirit and it believes. So for that I am blessed. And I got another breath. I got another glorious day. No, it ain't what I want. And I feel like no matter what I get, it'll be what I want, right? It'll exceed my expectations for sure, but it won't be what I want because I don't know what's best for me. You don't either. But you just know that if you keep going, that you'll finally get it. You'll finally get there. And then once you get there, you'll rest. You'll rest and know. Because he said, be still and know. I am God. And he never fails, nor does he leave, nor does he forsake us. So in today's moment that I just took out, that I just randomly just turned the camera on and just said, let me just share something. In your season of change, don't doubt and don't falter. Don't doubt and don't falter. I don't care what try to come against you. Don't give up. Nowhere in the Bible does it say give up. And many times people have, but God has always been right there. But I want to tell you, because you are so close to your breakthrough moment. And yep, it's challenging. Yep, it don't look like what you wanted it to look like. But it gets better. Latter days are better. They are. And I even sat there and I thought about that thing. I was like, why do they keep saying latter day? Because back then I was healthy and I could eat anything. But the person I am now is nowhere close to the person I pretended to be then. This one is fulfilled inside. And even though those things try to come up, and mentally against me, I quickly shut it down. I will not. It is not. Nope. You can leave me alone. I have to talk to the devil like, listen, player, we ain't doing that today or ever. But I'm really not going to do it today, and I'm not going to let you sit there and try to take up space and opportunities for the good thing that's coming. Because surely goodness and mercy follows me. Above my head, understand, evolve, lifted, it's just that I evolve and I'm always lifted. Nothing took me down. If you're still here and you have a voice, you have a presence, your spirit is still in your body. Use what you got. And not from the what is that player something. Oh crap, I can't remember. With Lisa Ray, what's the name of that movie? Anyway, put it in the comments. Don't use what you got to get what you want, but use what God has given you to give to others. Don't use what you got to get what you want, because that right there will leave you still won't. Use what God has given you to give to others. Watch it increase. Watch it increase. I can sit here and talk all day. And sometimes, even if you believe in Christ, you have those days where you're just like, man. And I'm gonna be honest. I'm always gonna tell you and be honest. And sometimes I'm sitting here right now in my studio, and I put out there, I'm doing this for this amount. Today's special, Silk Press, $40, because I had nobody on the book, so I need to get people in to recognize what I have to offer. Listen, not a soul. I mean, that actually called in for that request. I have people who called in, and I'm thankful, Lord, paying full price for the service, but that's next week or whatever. But today, okay. But again, you don't make moves. God moves you. Okay. Even in your season of change, you don't make the moves. You follow the light. He makes the moves on your behalf. You just got to show up and say yes. With my whole heart, I say yes. With my whole mind, even if it's not in alignment, I say yes. I won't turn back and go back to doing the things that I used to do, because I know it didn't serve God and it didn't serve me. Therefore, I wasn't serving others. That's the walk you have to have. That's the voice you have to have. That's the mind you have to have. The foundation is God. Seek ye the kingdom of God, and these things will be added unto you. In order to be happy to your core and not let it fluctuate based on in the environment or people and things like that, you have to go and seek God first and what He said first. Clear out the clutter of your mind. Get in alignment with your spirit, and your spirit will guide you to those things that are going to be fruitful for you to multiply. Because you already are full of goodness. You are. Even though we were born in sin, God died, or Jesus Christ died for us to not eternal death. No, we don't have to die. We don't. You can choose to die. And I do feel like that's a choice. Even in illness, you can choose to say, you know what, the illness is just going to take me. I refuse to say so. No, I will fight. I will fight. It will be a grunt too, because I ain't going to give up. See, you're not going to take me down. No. You understand? So just decide today the change is required. I have it to do it. I will not let it take me down. Like I told you in another video, what you want wants you, and you can have it. But make sure, I am big about vibrations. You will attract what your vibe is, you know, and that's coming from a place of where I used to operate on a low vibration, and that was because of hurt. So identify your hurt, address it, deal with it, because it is what it is, and grow from there. Don't go from there, grow from there. Change your vibe, then you will attract those lights. And follow the light that is for you. It ain't gonna, and I'm gonna tell you, it ain't gonna look like what you want it to look like. Because if it did, you would think that you did it, and you had the that you made that happen. Bump that, I made that happen. I did that. I'm about that. No, bump that. You ain't did nothing. Me over here, I'm sitting over here looking at you winning. I'm like, don't believe the hype. Don't believe the likes. Because the likes ain't gonna get you to the glory. It ain't. Not everlasting. You'll be glorious for a season. And the next season, you'll be like, what was the reason? And then, here's the thing about the spirit. Even if in a season you win it, right? When the season that you're not winning, the spirit is still there. So the spirit is still the spirit. Okay. So anyway, that is my evolve lifted moment for this week. I'm gonna come up with that. I like that. Evolve lifted moment. I can do that. And especially if the spirit puts it on me. And then that most times it's not talking to you. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to you, me. Because I need to hear it too. And if you find like any of my messages relatable, just tell me, you know, girl, you know, I appreciate that. Because sometimes, you know, the encouraging part is to understand somebody's transparency and respect it, not judge it. I don't care if you like it. I do want you to share it if you feel like someone would gain something from it. Because again, the whole point of my journey is to share. I don't care if you like it. You can like it all day long, but I want you to share because most people are hurting and they won't call out. But if you see it and you know something that can help them, help. Help. And most time it ain't financial. It ain't financial. Most people, like you see somebody on the street, they don't need a meal. They don't need $1. They need somebody that's going to actually give them information, give them a source, something to trust, something that they can build off of and grow from. Stop giving them a sandwich. If you know of and I'll be honest, sometimes they don't want the help, and that's fine, but you do your part by giving them the information. So yeah, give them a sandwich right along with a card that said, hey, this is a mission that supports people of who are maybe in need. Because sometimes it'll be military, and that's what I'm an advocate for, veterans, especially African American females, or those that are minority, because a lot of things are not known to us, and they're not shared with us until it's detrimental, until it's such a devastation. And then because they think that, oh, this is a minority, I can get a credit. Now you want a credit when you should have helped me from the jump. So if the information is helpful, share. Don't care about it like. That's all. That's my PSA on today. Take care.